You ever see a headline that just makes you think, oh, this is going to be bad?
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Well, we saw a headline like that, and we had to deep dive into this.
Okay.
It's about Iran and some new reports about,
Right.
a potential attack on Israel.
Yeah.
And, Iran and Israel have this history
Hmm.
of conflict,
A
right?
long history.
Things have been heating up lately with those back and forth attacks.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've seen that.
But this new report suggests
This
that
might be bigger.
Iran might be gearing up for something
Yeah,
much bigger
much bigger. And
than we've seen before.
different too, potentially a shift in strategy
Right.
for Iran, which is really concerning.
Yeah. And the Wall Street Journal article that you sent,
Right.
it really kind of lays this all out.
Phase it out.
It talks about Iran maybe using more powerful weapons
Hmm.
and even hints at some new weaponry.
Yeah.
That's pretty scary.
Unsettling for sure. And, the article
Yeah.
doesn't just talk about the what, but the why. Right.
Iran's framing this potential attack
Yeah.
as retaliation for the Israeli airstrikes
Back in October.
back in October, which resulted in Iranian casualties.
So this idea of retaliation,
Mm.
it makes sense on the surface,
On the surface.
but how do you measure an appropriate response
Yeah. How do you measure that, right?
in a situation like this?
Well, it's tough.
Yeah.
It all boils down to this concept in international relations
Okay.
called proportional response.
Okay.
Basically, each side is trying to match the level of force
That-
that was used against them.
Gotcha.
But the problem is what one side sees as a proportionate response,
Yeah.
the other side might view as a major escalation.
It's like you're building a house of cards
Uh-huh. I like that.
with someone, and each of you
Yeah.
thinks you should make a different size move.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
going to fall apart.
And that's what makes this situation so worrying,
Yeah.
because Iran might be preparing something much larger.
In scale than what we've seen before.
And they might even be using their military directly,
That's right.
which
Yeah.
is a big change.
a departure from the past,
Yeah.
for sure.
And there's another detail from the Wall Street Journal article
Okay.
that's really scary.
Okay.
The possibility of Iran
Yeah.
using Iraqi territory
Oh, wow.
to launch these attacks.
So that changes things
Big time.
for sure, because now you're talking about involving other countries.
Yeah.
And it raises questions about Iran's relationships with its neighbors. Are they willing to bring others into this conflict? And secondly, it could destabilize Iraq
Oh, yeah.
even further
Yeah.
and potentially drawing them deeper into this conflict.
And not to mention the global repercussions.
Absolutely.
How is the rest of the world going to view Iran after this,
Right. It really impacts how the international community views Iran
if they go through with this?
and their actions on the world stage, for sure.
So is this a turning point
That's the big question.
in this whole conflict
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
Iran and Israel?
Are we seeing a shift
Yeah.
in Iran's strategy?
Like
A
fundamentally.
fundamental shift,
Yeah.
one that could lead to,
Greater instability?
even greater instability and,
Yeah, and like even bigger conflict.
yeah,
Potentially larger scale.
Western
Gee,
region.
Yeah.
The region.
Mhm.
I think this deep dive
Yeah.
has given everyone some things to think about
Some crucial insights.
as they follow this developing situation.
Absolutely. And,
Yeah.
here's something else to consider.
Okay.
What happens if Iran does launch this attack,
Yeah.
especially if they do it from Iraqi territory?
Oh, man.
How will this impact the balance of power in the Middle East?
Yeah, that's already kind of a mess over there.
It is very delicate.
Yeah.
And, could this trigger a chain reaction?
Yeah.
Draw in other countries?
Mm-hmm.
Escalate the conflict even further?
Yeah.
These are the questions we need to be asking. For sure.
As we watch this unfold.
You've given us so much to think about.
Well, we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
But
This is just the beginning.
yeah,
Everyone listening.
yeah, keep exploring these issues.
Yes.
Seek out different perspectives.
Everyone's got opinions
They do.
on this stuff.
Absolutely.
Make your own conclusion.
Yes, form your own informed conclusions.
Yeah.
The situation is complex.
It is.
But the more we understand,
Yeah.
the better we'll be able to deal with the potential consequences.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming on the deep dive.
Appreciate it.
It was great having you.
Always a pleasure.
Until next time.
See you later.